Hey guys, it's Ara. So today I'm gonna show you my duty bag. Well, I've been wanting to do this video since like last year pa, but all the stuff I use when I go on duty are in Manila. So I'm really finding it hard to recreate like the contents of the bag rather that I bring when I go on duty. Kaya I'm gonna show you guys some pictures na lang of the stuff I bring. But my bag is here with me. So this is my bag. I open pa. So this is the bag that I use when I go on duty. You know, it kind of looks like, you know, the bags used by med students, but yeah, this really helped me organize my stuff. And you know guys how I love organizing, so this bag is like really for me. And you guys may be familiar with the duty bags. A lot of nursing students who do YouTube show on their channel, like, I don't know, it looks like a black bag. I'll search for a photo, and if I see it, it will be like up here. Okay. But I choose not to use that kind of bag kasi madali masira. And I just want to bring like one bag lang sa duty. Kasi aside from the black bag na dinadala nila, they also have a backpack. Ako gusto ko lahat nasa backpack na. So that's that. And also, I have a bag for my lectures lang, and this one is solely for duty purposes because I don't want to be opening and restuffing my bag every time I go on duty and then I go to lectures, and also for infection control. So ayokong maghalo-halo lahat. And also, changing it always would increase the risk na ma-misplace mo or makalimutan mo yung mga bagay-bagay na would otherwise be inside this bag if hindi mo lang siya inopen up and pinakialaman masyado. So that is that. So let's first start with the uniform. So when you go on duty, naka-type A kayo, which is the white dress, tapos naka-stockings, and naka-white shoes, and of course naka-bun. Pero you don't wear your cap and your apron while you're on the way to the duty. You just bring it, and doon na kayo nag-change ng clothes when you're about to get into the ward or to the certain area. So usually I have my lalagyan ng cap over here, parang naka-connect siya dyan. I'm gonna show you guys a photo of that. So ayan, naka-connect yan dito usually, tapos nakahang yan dyan. And for my apron naman, syempre naka-plancha yun dapat. So what I do is, like minutes before I leave, dun ko lang siya tutupiin and puput ko sa bag, and once gagamitin ko, agad ko talagang tatanggalin para hindi masyadong magusot. So I'm gonna explain the contents of my bag per pocket or container. I'm just gonna give you guys a list, or I'm just gonna enumerate for you guys what is essential and what is optional lang to bring on duty. So over here, I usually have my snacks, you guys. I have gummies here. Yun lang yung snacks ko right now, but I always do bring snacks and water, of course, over here kasi sometimes you don't have time to eat breakfast, or sometimes wala nang time to go on your 15-minute break to buy something. So it's better if you bring your own snack para hindi ka naman ma-hypogly on duty, you know. Baka one nurse down tayo. Dapat energized lagi. Okay, so ni-lower down ko lang yung angle ng camera para makita nyo guys yung lower part. So we're now gonna open the first big compartment, which I usually put my, of course, yung una muna is my pens. Hindi naman ako mahilig sa pink, no? But I like pink. Anyway, these are the pens that you need. So one blue, one red, one black, and a pencil. So this is one set. I usually bring 2 of each kasi sometimes hindi gumagana yung isa, so you need to have a backup para hindi ka bigyan ng makeup duty, because incomplete paraphernalia or the things you bring on duty will entail na magme-makeup duty ka. So, meaning hindi ka prepared, ganon. So, it is important that you bring a spare one. And also, if yung kagroup mo nawalan or hindi din gumana, syempre, you should lend him or her a hand. And also, sometimes, hinihiram ng mga interns, clerks, and many more yung ballpen mo. And then, it rarely goes back, you guys. Kaya, be prepared. And if hindi kayo pahihiramin ng student nurses, well, I think it is just important din na you understand. Kasi, again, incomplete paraphernalia is equal to makeup duty, which would cost you your money and your time. So, Sunday na nga lang yung off mo wherein hindi ka do ng school stuff, makukuha pa because of makeup duty kasi wala kang ballpen, you know. It's just too sad. Kaya if you're an intern or someone who borrows ballpens, please bring it back. Your student nurses would need that. Especially if wala silang extra because not everyone brings extra pens. So, yeah, na-jeopardize din yung person na hiniraman mo. So, yeah. So, the next thing I have here is a small notebook. So I usually have a smaller notebook than this. So this was the only one I can find sa bahay, free na binigay ng St. Luke's. But I usually use smaller notebooks and I usually bring 2 din. And next is I usually have my bandage scissors over here. So a bandage scissor looks like this. So ayan. And I usually have a micropore or a tape connected to it. And ito din nakakonect, my Trodat. So, this is very optional, you guys, actually. Kasi my RLE group nung nursing school, we were just very extra. We made Trodats na... I know Trodat is actually a brand name. I don't know what this is called. Digistamp daw. Digistamp. Yeah, I got this around for 100 plus. Sa SM Mega Mall. So, yeah, you can have yours made and customized. So, we had our names over there and then my USTSN sa last. Para if ever nag-chart kami, nag-change ng IV or whatever, we just stamp and then pirma. You know, parang feel namin na RN na kami, ganon. Claiming it as early as duty times. Pero ayun. And also pala, sa lalagyan ko na to, I usually have my pen light, especially if I go on duty sa ICU and also basta neuro wards kasi important yung assessment ng pupils. So always have that ready din. So hindi ko na yung tinatanggal sa duty bag ko. I always have a pen light with me. So next I have my alcohol. Going back pala sa uniform, we have an apron. Tapos may pockets yon. So everything that I need to put in the pockets is usually located in here. So what I mentioned kanina, the small notebook, the pens, pen light, yung bandage scissors, micropore, and this one. And, you know, your alcohol for sanitation purposes, I usually put in my apron pocket. So, lahat ng nandito, I just shove it in there kasi alam ko naman na what is important is here na. And also, ito naman mga optional things that you can bring, which includes, of course, I have my medicines over here. I usually have a pill box for this kaso nandun sa Manila. So, I usually bring my vitamin C kasi syempre dapat protected ka when you go on duty. I have my pain medications if ever I have dysmenorrhea, and also I bring cetirizine because I have allergic rhinitis. So those are the drugs that I usually bring on duty if ever, you know, kailangan ko. And also, as a girl, I bring extra pads. And I also bring tissues because you'll never know when you're going to use it and for what. So, yeah, be prepared lang. And on top of that, I also bring an extra nameplate. Kasi accidents happen. Like, kunwari, you're on the way to your duty, naka-nameplate ka na. We usually put it over here. Which is weird though. I don't know, but this is part of the uniform. And sometimes nahuhulog siya, nami-misplace, or accidents happen. I don't know saan sila napupunta. Do you have legs ba? What happens to you ba? Pero sometimes nawawala. So, I always bring one extra nameplate. And, you know, if wala kang nameplate, it would entail, again, na magme-makeup duty ka. So, we don't want that. So, I always bring mine lang. an extra one. Nag-order ako ng extra for my duty bag lang. Para hindi na ako, you know, mapraning kaka-check if it's still there. So, yeah. So, other optional things that I bring in when I go on duty would include alcohol swabs. Yes, you buy alcohol swabs out of pocket. Especially when you are going on duty sa public hospital. Sometimes they don't have that much supply. And sometimes it's hard to obtain them. Kaya we also have a container for the whole group wherein we have like a box of masks, gloves, personal protective equipment, and alcohol swabs, cotton balls, basta everything that is needed to carry out a procedure. We have an extra container for that, for our personal use, kasi sometimes hindi kami binibigyan ng supply ng hospital. So really out of pocket talaga na expense yun sa part ng students. So that's just one thing that you should also include in your budget, you know, the supplies. And I also like to bring my own, aside sa container na for the group, kasi minsan nauubusan kami. So it is important that you are also ready with your own personal protective equipment. Like, I have at least like 3 masks, 3 pairs of gloves that is inside my bag for my own personal use in case maubusan kami. So, it's better to be always prepared kasi once ma-beast mode si clinical instructor, patay. Mahirap pag makeup duty, guys. It is really one thing that I don't like doing. Kasi as far as possible, I'd like to have my days off na wala akong ginagawa. That's why I do things early and I prevent from making colossal mistakes or whatnot. Kaya, ayun. I only had one makeup duty all throughout my college life kasi I think I got sick. So, I didn't have much control on that. Kaya, ayun, nakapag-absent tuloy ako. And also, going back to the bag pala. So, here are a few options that you can include sa duty bag nyo. Like, the pill crusher or pill cutter. So, I usually bring mine. Like, for example, when you have a patient that is on nasogastric tube, you can't give the person the whole pill to swallow because hindi nga niya magawa. So, you have to crush it. So, I have my own pill crusher, and also, I bring my own nail cutter kasi one thing that clinical instructors are so meticulous of is your cleanliness, and that includes your nails. And sometimes, you forget to cut your nails a day before kasi, I don't know, you just forget. It happens. So, I just bring my own para on those days na nakakalimutan ko, then I could just solve the problem easily because I have the equipment over here. One thing you can also bring is a mini calculator, although I don't use that one kasi gusto ko lang yung sinusulat, then solve, then done. Pero some would prefer using a calculator para mag-solve ng drop rates and medication administration stuff. Ayun, so they need that for maths. But it's optional. Up to you lang if kaya mo na mental or not. So, yeah. Okay, so next naman sa bigger compartment is, so dito muna. I usually have a large one. So this was the only ganito that I can find sa bahay. I don't know what this is called. Yung parang may clip dyan. I have a long one sa Manila wherein yung team leader sheets, vital signs sheet, all the sheets I need for the duty are here. And also some notes, for example, the types of diet. I printed that out, tapos in-insert ko lang dyan para if ever tanungin ako ng clinical instructor ko, I would just easily browse through it and remember it. Kasi may mga examples yun eh. It is important for patient education. Kaya I don't wanna make too much mistakes on that and I wanna remember it easily. Kaya ina-attach ko na dyan. And also, what else ba? Yeah, basta all the sheets you need. Have a lot of copies. Xerox copy it. Para if ever kulang yung classmate mo, bigay mo. Kasi tulungan talaga guys when you are on duty. Kasi pag kulang yung isa, sometimes blame yung whole group. So it's part of team building talaga. Kaya always have extra stuff for yourself and also for your RLE mates. And also, I have, of course, the paraphernalia like the temp, but I have a temp gun. Pero optional yung temp gun. You can buy that one. So, yun yung ginagamit ko, yung temp gun. But I don't have it with me. Nasa Manila. And also, this is optional din. But I bought my own pulse oximeter. So, ayun. Optional lang to, guys. Optional. As well as the temp gun, it's just optional. You can always use this one, which is cheaper. And you can just borrow a pulse ox from your RLE mate. So, ayun. And of course, lastly, we have the BP apparatus and the stethoscope. So, these are very essential, you guys. So, I have mine over here. Stethoscope and BP apparatus. So, that is everything in my bag. And I usually put the apron on plastic. Tapos, lagay ko dito. And then, after I use it, lalagay ko sa same plastic. And then, ayun, palabhan na. So that is everything I bring when I go on duty. And if you guys want to know the techniques or kung paano naman ako gumalaw sa duty or ano yung mga hacks ko to make things easier, or at least I try to make things more efficient and easier, you can check my video about my study habits. So the last part doon was about what I do when I'm on the floor. So ayun, I explained there the sheets and the tickler or small notebook in more detail. Always remember to have your RLE or your group covered. Kasi once your CI gets mad, it would take a toll on everyone. Kaya it's better that you bring a lot of extra stuff kaysa magkulang kayo. And always prepare beforehand yung mga things that you need on duty, and that you always have to be prepared and, you know, stay organized. So, yeah, those are the things I do when I prepare my bag for duty days. So, see you guys on the next vlog. Bye!